get pregnant?
Depends. I know. I know.
What does it depend on?
I know trans men that can get pregnant.
That means it's a woman. Only one sex can
Well,
get
that's a
pregnant.
circular argument. That's
It's not a
begging the
circular
question.
argument.
Yeah.
It's proving my thing. There is a truth, a concrete truth. You have to be born with a uterus to have a baby. Only women can get pregnant. The fact that we've arrived in a society where
Right.
this
That's
is
the part
even
I'm disagreeing
debatable,
with. That's the part I'm disagreeing
there's
with.
nothing to disagree with it. These are facts.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the NBA basketball organization, the Toronto Raptors, having to apologize for their Women's Day video. Now, in the video, which I get to in a minute, and if you want to see it in full, link will be in the box. If you're on the IG, link in the bio, go to the website, corresponding article, you know the drill. But in the video, they're talking about the positive things about being a woman. What do women bring to the world? And I thought it was a great, wholesome video, but of course, some people are going to get offended because this is heteronormative. What does that word mean? Don't worry about it. Basically, what they said in the video made sense, and a lot of people don't want things to make sense. Now, before I go any further, let's go ahead and roll the clip. Without further ado, let's roll it.
Girls run the world because they're the only one that can procreate. They birth everybody. All women are great because they're all queens.
So that was it. That was only about 10 seconds. Okay, let's just run back through it. So Beyonce said, girls run the world. Why do you think that's true? That's the question that's posed to them in the text format right here. And then the first guy says, girls run the world because they are the only ones that can procreate. Oh, no, you can't say that. Can't say that because like I showed you in the beginning, men can get pregnant too. That's right. Men can get pregnant. So forget what you learned in biology. Forget what you learned when you were a little kid in elementary school about the birds and the bees or the stork or whatever. Forget all that. Men can get pregnant too. So some of these NBA basketball players, I guess they can get pregnant too, right? All right. No ovaries, no womb or nothing like that, but they can get pregnant. Yeah, I think not. And this guy right here, this is terrible. They birth everybody. Oh, you can't say that. All right. And then my man right here, they're all queens. They're great. They're great because they're all queens. Well, that's also heteronormative language as well, sir, because they might not all be women. And you can't use the term queen because that's, it's a gendered term. We got to say quinks or something crazy like that. I'm being serious. I'm joking, but I'm being dead serious. That's how a lot of weird people think. Now, obviously, I don't think that way. Obviously, I'm not mentally ill. I'm a regular, normal person. I know that a biological XX female, a woman, can only give birth. Now, they may have some type of medical issue to where they can't have children, so whatever it is. But ultimately, if they're all healthy and everything's all good, they're in the right age, time, only an XX woman can have a baby. Now, that woman might call herself a man. It doesn't matter what she calls herself. It's irrelevant. Ultimately, her biology is going to be what it is. When she passes away, they bury her with the bones and everything, and then they dig up the cemetery 1,000 years later, and they still got a skeleton preserved. They're going to see female bones. That's just what it is. Now, let's look at this article from TMZ. This is going to be funny. I kind of read through this a little bit. It's a mess. Now we're going to see what the Toronto Raptors said specifically. So, Toronto Raptors apologize for Women's History Month video. We made a mistake. All right. The Toronto Raptors created a video in honor of Women's History Month this week. And after it was met with backlash, they quickly deleted it. And now they're apologizing for it all. The clip featured 3 Raptors players answering why they believe the statement, girls run the world, is a fact. All right. Now, here we go. Read this. 2 of the players, Malachi Flynn and Precious and Chinua, gave cringeworthy responses. Cringeworthy? Now, the first one for Malachi Flynn, they're the only ones that can procreate. That's cringeworthy, right? Because saying a biological scientific fact is cringeworthy, right? They birth everybody. Another thing that's biologically correct. but that's somehow cringeworthy in today's society. This is a real article from TMZ. I'm not making this up. I promise I'm not. I'm really on the website right now reading this. Okay, and that's Malachi Flynn, Prestige Achua. I know I pronounced that wrong. I'm sorry, all the Nigerians, West Africans. Y'all, please forgive me. But let's continue here. Scotty Barnes had a more palatable answer. What he said was more acceptable because they're all queens, right? You could be born a biological XY male, then identify as female, and you could be considered a queen. That's cool. That's totally fine. Although that's not, I don't think that's what he really meant. I think we're talking about women. What's the point in having a Women's History Month when anyone could say they're a woman? I don't understand, but let's continue. So they said his answer was a little bit better, simply stating all women are great because they're queens. But that wasn't enough to stop critics from blasting the video on social media as soon as it was posted. Many called it tone deaf and offensive, and the Raptors took it down a short time later. On Thursday, the team offered an apology for it in a statement to the Toronto Sun. Now, here's my question, and that's Scotty Barnes right there. Here's my question. Who is watching the NBA? Do you have a bunch of people that are just triggered and offended at everything? I think not. I watch basketball a lot. I'm a big basketball fan, love basketball. That's my favorite sport beyond football, anything. Like, if you ask me about the NFL, I might know a little bit about some teams, but basketball, I'm in there. I'm about to start betting and everything like a referee does, but anyway, I digress. The point is, I'm a big basketball fan, and I've watched basketball with others. I've been to sports bars and stuff like that, and I never saw anybody in there that I will be able to easily identify as one of these social justice warriors, a person that would get offended at a man saying why he loves women. I've never seen them there. So the question I have is, who is searching these videos out just to get offended? That's not going to be in your regular everyday. I don't think the person with a head full of blue, green, pink, orange hair is going to be looking at NBA basketball highlights on the TikTok or on the Instagram or on the Twitter. I don't think so. So why are you even checking for this video? That shouldn't even be in your realm and your vision at all. But let's continue. Quote, we're an organization that prides itself on doing the right thing when it comes to inclusion and representation. And we made a mistake on Tuesday, I suppose. Toronto officials said, our sincerest apologies to our players, our staff, and our fans. We'll work to do better today and every day after. The Raptors will reportedly host Women's Empowerment Night on March 14th at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto when they play the Denver Nuggets. Here's hoping the tribute that night goes better than Tuesday. So I guess that means they got to put out some 6'5" biological male dressed as a female in order to be inclusive. This whole thing is crazy, but as I close, I want to say this. At a certain point, we need to have more regular, normal people step up and say, this is not what we're really into. This is a very small portion of the population that feels this way. For them to offer up an explanation and an apology for a fraction of the population, I think it's a little bit too much. Everybody has their own thing they're into. Everybody has their own little whatever. We shouldn't have to cater to every little tiny, minute subgroup in America. If you don't like the fact that men say they love women and why, I mean, I can't do nothing for you. Just accept that. Go in your car and cry, go home, figure it out, rather than having all of us having to play along with your very, very, very minute, small, insignificant problem. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about the Toronto Raptors apologizing here? Should they apologize? Should they not apologize? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. This is ridiculous. I mean, come on. This little 10-second video that most of these people would never even see. They are getting offended just because they want to be offended. It's just like, I forget who said it. It might have been Booker T. Washington, somebody. They were like, a lot of the race hucksters, the race hustlers, they don't want the problem to be solved. They just want to complain about the problem because that's how they have a purpose. That's how they have a way to make money. That's how they have a career. That's kind of what's going on with all this stuff right here, because this video was a nothing burger big time, but somehow it became a whole big incident that caused the whole organization to apologize. Really crazy, but whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.